Hey, this is video number 2 of my November series on copywriting. Today we're going to be answering the question, how can you be confident that you've got the right words on your page describing your product? How can you be confident that you're telling the right story of your product and that you're pitching it the right way? As I said in video 1, the product that we'll be using for this is the monthly planner that I'm selling. I built this for my wife, so I understand the reasons why she uses it, but it's a different thing entirely to put in a product to sell to others. There's a temptation to add features, there's a temptation to do a bunch of different things differently about the product. So how can you be confident that you're doing it the right way? I based my decisions on how to market this product on a theory of buyer psychology called jobs to be done. It was created by Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen, and it says this basically: people don't buy a product because they've been coerced or just for fun. They hire a product instead for a job that they have. And if you get the job right, if you understand the job for which people hire their product, then you can do a good job of helping them progress toward that job and be deeply useful with your product. I've talked to a guy who bought 2 ebooks. He hired those books for career advancement and to prepare him for an event that was coming up in October. I talked to this other guy who bought some winter boots for $500. And the job, he hired those boots because he was coming into Ottawa from another place where there was not that much snow, and he wanted to get really good really fast at this winter stuff without becoming an expert in winter. He had other things on his mind. He had a career to take care of. He did not want to become an expert in winter. He bought $500 winter boots so that he would not have to think about winter. He put those boots on and go about his life. So those are 2 examples of jobs. Understanding the particularities of the job requires you to go deeper and to understand what causes someone to go out and buy a product. What takes them from, I don't have a problem, I'm not going to invest time and money into solving that problem, to doing something about it. There are 4 forces that influence the buyer in the journey of solving the problem. The first one is the struggle, the thing that is annoying, or that is something that they want to part with, that they want to say no to. And that struggle for this monthly planner could be, I'm done with having to go into my iPhone and peck on a small keyboard for choosing some event dates and times and be very specific, when instead I'd like to have a broader view of my whole month and the months to come. The second force is called the attraction toward the product. I like its properties, I like all the things that I'll be able to do with it, I like the promise that it's going to fulfill. It's also, I'm attracted to all the other things I will be able to do with this. But that's not enough. Like in marketing, you can't just think about those 2 forces and expect the best out of it. There are 2 other forces that bring toward non-consumption. And the third force is called the anxieties toward the product. What are all the things that I'm not so sure about? Of course, the main anxiety could be the price, but that's actually usually not the main anxiety. For an online course, for example, it could be, how much time is this going to take for me to get good at what this course teaches? It could be, I don't like the properties of this planner, for example. It could be, am I going to have enough space to write all my to-dos? Am I going to have enough space in all the boxes? I wanted to add features to make it more attractive. I could have added holidays. I could have added lines over here with like notes heading to instruct the person what to do with this space, and etc. But those could have all been anxiety-inducing properties of the product. And so knowing what creates anxiety in your buyer helps you to avoid anything that would cause them to say no, because it doesn't help them toward their job. The fourth force is what is called the habits of the present. It's everything that the buyer would do instead of buying a product. Oh, you know what? I'll just make do with using my iPhone. I'll just make do with using a wall calendar, etc. And so those are the things that you're really in competition with. I know that this monthly planner is sort of in competition with other monthly planners, but I also know that it is mostly in competition with what people currently do, and that is good enough. That is really the hardest thing to solve. And I know that there are some people that are not going to buy this product because it's fine what they already have. But there's a few people for which that struggle is felt strongly enough, and this product is attractive enough to move them in a direction of saying, yeah, this is going to help me out. These ideas, the forces of progress and jobs to be done, was what I base my decisions of writing the text for the product, and that's why I'm feeling pretty confident that I have a product that is working well. If you can make the two forces that are going toward purchase resonate louder than the two forces that are going against purchase and toward non-consumption, then you know that you've got a product. And that's the reason why I know that I've got a good shot with the text that I'm using for the product on the website. If you'd like to know more about jobs to be done, there's a presentation I gave that I'm linking to below in the description. And next time we're going to be tweaking some text on the page. I'm going to try to see if I can reduce the number of words that I'm using on the page and see what that gives. And so that's going to be on Wednesday. If you'd like to be notified when a new video is out, click below the subscribe button. And I hope today's video was useful, and see you on Wednesday.